You ever walk into a place where you can feel something heavy hanging in the air, like everyone's got secrets they're too afraid to spill? That's exactly what I'm about to tell you, because what started as an ordinary night at a small-town bar turned into something nobody who was there will ever forget. The moment a biker reached out and ripped a waitress's shirt, the whole place froze. And when everyone saw what was hidden beneath, silence swallowed the room. It was Friday night at Rosie's Diner and Bar, a place most locals went when they were too tired to cook or too restless to sit home. The neon lights buzzed above, country music twanged low from the jukebox, and the smell of fried food and spilled beer clung to the air. Behind the counter worked Claire, a young waitress with soft brown eyes and a tired smile. She wasn't just serving food, she was holding her life together. Every plate she carried, every order she scribbled, was her way of keeping her world from falling apart. Folks around town knew her as the quiet one, the girl who worked double shifts but never really joined the chatter. Nobody asked too many questions, and Claire liked it that way. That night, a group of bikers rolled in. Their engines roared before they even parked, their boots heavy against the wooden floors as they stepped inside. Most nights they caused no real trouble, just noise, laughter, and the occasional spilled beer. But there was one man in the group, big, loud, and itching to prove himself, who couldn't stand quiet people like Claire. To him, quiet wasn't strength, it was weakness. He leaned against the counter, grinning in that way that made her uncomfortable, and started throwing out crude jokes. She ignored them, just as she always did, focusing on her work. That only made him push harder. As the night dragged on and drinks kept flowing, his patience snapped. He reached across the counter, hooked his fingers in Claire's shirt, and with one sudden jerk, ripped it open. The sound of fabric tearing cut through the music. The bar went dead silent. Glasses froze midair, conversations cut short, every eye fixed on the trembling young woman standing behind the counter, and that's when everyone saw it. Across Claire's chest and shoulders were deep scars, scars that told the story of fire, of survival, of nights when pain must have felt unbearable. The bikers' laughter died instantly, their faces shifting from smug to stunned. No one moved, not even Claire. For a heartbeat, the whole bar was nothing but silence and shame, but then, something shifted. A woman at one of the tables, an older regular named Mary, stood up first. She walked over to Claire, took her hand gently, and said in a voice steady enough for the whole bar to hear, "You don't need to hide, sweetheart. You survived something most of us couldn't." Her words cracked the silence open. One by one, others spoke, some whispered encouragement, some placed money on the counter without ordering, others simply gave nods of respect. It wasn't pity. It was recognition. It was solidarity. Claire stood frozen, tears brimming, her whole secret exposed in an instant she hadn't chosen. But then she realized something: nobody was mocking her. Nobody was turning away. For the first time in years, the truth was out in the open, and instead of rejection, she found acceptance. That night, the biker who ripped her shirt didn't leave with pride, he left with his head down, humiliated not by what he saw on Claire, but by how small he looked compared to her strength. The days after were different. Regulars started asking Claire to sit with them for a minute after shifts, sharing their own scars, some visible, some hidden. She began to realize she wasn't the only one carrying pain. The scars she had once hidden in shame became a silent badge of resilience, something that connected her to others instead of setting her apart. And slowly, her quiet smile became less tired and more alive. The lesson? Sometimes life rips us open in the harshest ways, sometimes even in front of the whole world. But what you think will break you might be the very thing that sets you free. Claire didn't just survive a fire, she survived silence, fear, and shame. And when her truth was finally revealed, she found she had a community strong enough to carry it with her. So, if you take anything from this story, let it be this: your scars, whether on your skin or in your soul, don't make you less. They make you proof that you're still here, still fighting, still living. And sometimes, all it takes is one moment, one revelation, for the world to see the strength you've had all along.